So, what's your superfood these days? Are you looking at Insta Reels or YouTube videos to tweak your diet a little more? I am Himani Chandna, news editor at news18.com, and today I will tell you why you should stop making changes in your diet based on social media. Otherwise, you may face serious consequences. From boba tea to flex seeds to ABC juice, keto, paleo, Atkins, low carb diet, intermittent fasting, we have tried everything. Mostly because doctor social media advised us to do so or our relatives sent that WhatsApp message. In fact, gulping down water soaked in bhindi or making fenugreek decoctions has become quite a famous thing on Insta Reels these days. I think it's true that we Indians are crazy about our dietary choices and easily go gaga over stuff promoted on social media. Most of us tend to look for those superfoods or special diets either to shed those few extra kilos, solve existing health issues, or prepare our body to face poor environmental conditions or create a strong immune system. While the intention is good, unfortunately, the majority of us fall prey to social media, especially Instagram, YouTube, and WhatsApp forwards, and the results are the worst. I will tell you a story of a 44-year-old man who was brought into the emergency ward of a hospital in Bengaluru. Reason: he was having a heart attack. He was treated immediately with a stenting procedure. He was diabetic since he was 10 years old. But when he approached the hospital, his HbA1c, which is an important test for diabetics to understand their blood glucose levels, it was 14%. The normal level of HbA1c is less than 5.7%. So why did he face this emergency? He was following something called the VRK diet, which recommends the consumption of 100 gram ghee in one meal. This patient was inspired by umpteen of YouTube videos on this diet, and this diet is often dubbed as the Desi version of keto diet. Several doctors face a similar issue as social media users ignore the fact that one size fits all approach does not work in the real world. In another instance, a 40-year-old man was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and he was also on medication. But he opted for intermittent fasting and a low carb diet sponsored by a social media influencer. He followed it without any medical supervision, and as a result, he developed a severe fall in his blood glucose levels. And one day he fainted at his workplace and got his back severely injured. While his diabetics worsened, now he also suffers the back injury also. Such stories are endless and I can go on and on. Okay, listen to this one also. In Kerala, there is a fruit called bilimbi which is famously used in preparing a tangy fish curry. A WhatsApp forward made this bilimbi famous for lowering cholesterol levels. People thought that it's a quick fix solution and they started putting it in the blender and making a juice. However, no one bothered to go to the doctor and check if this is the correct way or not. This led to an irreversible kidney damage, and many of those required a kidney transplant, and if they could not afford that, they had to be on dialysis. What this bilimbi juice did to them, it acted as a fevicol which blocked the kidney, which actually filters the blood in our body. This bilimbi juice blocked the pores of the kidney. The kidneys were clogged with oxalate crystals. This fruit is a flavor enhancer and safe for human consumption only if taken in small quantities. But they never knew, they never wanted to check it as well. Another common fad is consumption of soaked fenugreek or methi seeds, especially among diabetics. However, people who have consumed decoctions of fenugreek have also landed in trouble. Fenugreek seeds in large doses lead to thinning of blood and it can cause several bleeding events as well. In fact, I checked with doctors and they told me that the inspiration people taking from social media accounts is now much higher because of the COVID and the world after COVID, because now people have understood that the importance of immunity and a healthy body is much more. But what they are doing, they have resorted to social media to take the advice and keep their bodies fit. In fact, doctors told me that out of every 10 people, 10 patients they see, 8 of those patients are taking inspiration from social media or the health influencers on social media. Influencers often present a highly edited and curated version of their lives, which can create unrealistic expectations and body image issues. There are numerous examples of people experiencing negative health consequences. This can include malnutrition, nutrient deficiencies, and increased risk of developing chronic diseases. Every individual is different, and one diet plan will not suit everyone. When you go to a registered dietitian or a doctor, they will decide your diet based on several other factors. For instance, they will look at the minute things. The idea is to give you balanced diet based on your weight and your medical history. In case a person needs more protein based diet, the plan goes like, if you have an ideal body weight, you need to take 1 gram of protein per kilogram weight. If you are overweight, they might choose to give you a little less protein, for instance 0.8 per gram protein for every kilogram. It's always best to consult a qualified healthcare professional such as a registered dietitian or a physician for personalized and safe dietary advice. After all, your health matters. Thank you.